The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors. Listeners, beware.
Come straight from the Mouths of Madness. I'm Lowdown. With me, as always, is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, you acid-tripping, babysitting bitches?
That's all. Yeah.
Everybody hurts. That's just the theme song for it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because everybody has shitty lives in this movie.
They are all miserable.
Yeah.
They're all
I'm
miserable.
just saying, you could just play a loop of that REM song. So
It's everybody's fucking miserable.
Yep.
All right. Before we dive into this week's episode, first I must ask you if you would please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the social media, Twitter stuffies.
Tweeter.
Tweety.
Is that a new one there? Give us those tweeties. All right.
Do the tweet.
Take your tweeties, kids.
Take your tweeties. Eat your tweeties.
Yeah. Eat your tweeties, kids.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Please, it greatly helps the show. And it would only take you guys a second. We greatly appreciate that. All right, on to tonight's episode. We're going to be talking about 2022's Spoonful of Sugar.
Helps
the medicine.
The trips go down.
Helps the bodies go down. Oh, helps the nuts go down.
Yeah.
Oh, glug, glug, glug. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a Shudder original. And I remember seeing it for a while. And the premise, when you read it, no, it doesn't really. It's not very accurate as to what the movie's about.
Now, I will say the trailer.
I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer.
I did watch the trailer, and the trailer does have some trippy ass imagery, and you're like, okay, this looks pretty interesting. Because when I saw this, I debated between this and something else, and the trailer kind of leaned me into checking this out first.
Yeah.
So I give the trailer that.
Yeah. So again, I didn't watch the trailer, and I generally don't. With like, if I see it on Shudder and it's a Shudder original, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just watch the trailer.
Well, what I'll sometimes do is
I'm just gonna watch the movie.
I'll go through, read the synopsis if it sounds sort of interesting. I'll
read the synopsis. Yeah.
I'll watch the trailer, and the trailer, without giving too much away, looks pretty interesting. Has some kind of crazy shit happening. I'll put it in my save list and stuff like that. So I'll just save a bunch of movies. Now I don't watch those for a while, but I'll just kind of save them after watching the trailers. I usually spend a night knocking out about 5 or 6 trailers of movies and putting them in there.
Yeah,
so,
that's smart.
Yeah, so I'm not going trailer,
bang.
Trailer movie. I'm going trailer, and then eventually, okay, I liked it enough with the trailer, I'll watch it. With the Shudder movies, especially.
Yeah. And so again, not watching trailers, kind of read the synopsis. Watch this on recommendation of F.U. Hunter here. I recognized the main actress, and I thought she was a little bratty bitch from It that worked the pharmacy counter.
Yeah,
but she's not. I recognized her because she was a young girl, and she played the daughter of Brody in Homeland.
Okay.
So remember the show Homeland? It was on Showtime. It had a chick from
Claire Danes.
Yeah, Claire Danes.
And it
had the brunette she was in Gotham and a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? She's gorgeous. And then the guy from
the far crotch guy from Dreamcatcher. Yeah.
Oh God. I'm going Band of Brothers, dude. You went right into this
the shitty movie.
Yeah, no, we're gonna hold on to that.
The shit monster.
Dreamcatcher. We're gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
I'm just because I got words. But yeah, his daughter in the show. So
yeah,
that's where I recognized her from. And at first, you're watching the film, and you're just like, man, this chick is just fucked. And at first you don't know why. It's like, is she just got she was just giving up when she was younger, I guess. Like that was what happened to her. I don't know, because they don't go into why she doesn't have parents.
It's like everything is secretive with her. Like she's very tight. Like the way she's dressed is buttoned up to the top, and the hair pulled back, and like everything is very like she's like, I don't know, like almost scared to say anything. But then you get a preview after her interview when she's on the bus.
Yeah, and the dude is like just holding on to the railing behind her, like on the bus.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it flashes like she's having this like whole other experience where this dude's got like devil horns. And then
licking her. Was he like licking her face or some shit?
He said something to her, but then like you realize moving forward when you see her diary that was reminiscent of one of her previous step parent or adopted parents.
Yeah.
Was remember because in her book it had like a goat, a Baphomet kind of thing with horns, and you're like, oh, that's why she had that reaction. But apparently she has been used as a fuck toy by most of her adoptive fathers, I guess. That's the thing that's happened.
Well, we kind of start finding out more information as the movie goes on. Again, it starts off with her going to this
job interview for the babysitter.
Yeah, this interview. And the mom seems kind of confrontational, and you think, okay, well, like she's very restrictive of who watches her fucking kid. Like who the fuck, and she's not impressed by this chick at all.
No.
But then the kid's like, kind of like, I like her. And the mom's like, all right, well.
Well, the mom also goes into strict detail about how, like, he's allergic to everything, can't go outside. He's like fucking boy in a bubble. He's like fucking boy in a bubble.
Like mega helicopter parenting. We're like,
yes.
He's allergic to almost everything.
Yes.
Like, careful with them, talk softly, small steps. Like you got to be, like, his sleep schedule, he has to be in bed at this, not a minute later. Like, it's fucking hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you don't completely comply with every single thing she wants you to do, she don't like you. She's like, go fuck off.
Yeah, and then you realize, and that's
why maybe they're always looking for a babysitter, like, because they're like, this bitch is crazy. I'm not dealing with this shit.
This nonsense. You pay me how much? Yeah.
You're like, how much? Ain't fucking worth it, bitch.
But then you get introduced to the father, who's out watering the fruit trees.
Yep.
Fruit trees. And
he seems to not really he's just like, can we just get somebody to watch the fucking kid?
Yeah, he's like, dude, I can't handle this kid by myself all day. It's a fucking nut job.
But he comes across as like, yes. Are they going to burn the house down? No? Then fucking hire them, all right?
Yeah.
Like, he gives two shit. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be a long process.
Well, and part of me thinks that, like, and it's kind of wish they had thrown it out there where, like, they've had the husband and wife had a couple fights throughout the film, and I'm almost like, the reason he's fucked up is because he came from your side.
Yeah.
There's no fucked up in my side of the family.
Yeah.
You're the reason.
Yeah, this is all you.
I was waiting for that to come out because, he's a douche nozzle that he cheats, but he's not crazy.
Yeah.
Well, initially throughout most of the film. No, compared to the wife, dude.
Comparable to everybody else in this movie,
he's the most normal.
He's the most normal.
He's the most normal.
And that includes the shrink, by the way. Okay,
dude, because Shrink got a little gross, touchy too. What the fuck was that about, dude? He's a fucking shrink.
Well, let's just
he deserved the puke on his legs.
Let's
that was
just
disgusting.
Say she gets hired for the job. We get into her world where we find out as she's talking after the bus ride home. And the very weird, awkward experience with her foster dad thing.
Yeah.
Then she goes to talk to her shrink. And we realize she has some issues that her shrink, this is news to me, has prescribed her microdosing LSD to help control.
Well, so if I could be wrong, but if my understanding is that was used, that's initially what it was for.
I watched it with our Groots, and we both were like, hold on a second, pause the movie to look it up. And there's not really anywhere where that's prescribed in modern day. Now, back in the day, we're talking about...
No, I'm talking about back in the day. Yeah. That's what I said. Originally, I thought LSD was utilized for microdosing certain whatever mental things.
Now, I could be wrong, but we try to look it up. And again, this movie takes place in modern day.
I'm not talking about modern day. I'm talking about it was used in the past. Yeah. And I don't know if it's necessarily been... I know it's like a class 1 drug.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it can't be prescribed. I don't know if it's been written off for being prescribed.
You mean not in a little cabinet in the doctor's office that he opens up and pulls out little fucking vials of LSD? Is that what you mean by prescribed?
Yes, totally.
I ran 100%. Into my dealer who's helping your prescription out.
Yeah.
I bet he has other prescriptions for other things also when he's not working as a doctor.
Basically, everyone in this fucking movie sucks, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, like, what the fuck?
And he gets weird as he's talking to her, and like, but I will say this movie, if you are inebriated on certain things, could fuck with you because as he's talking, his face is like, because you're seeing some stuff through her viewpoint.
Yeah.
The acid,
you see a lot of things through the movie in her viewpoint. Everything's fucking moving and melding. And like the dead rabbit, all of a sudden his like eye starts to melt and blink and weird shit.
Well, when she's talking to him specifically and he's talking to her, he looks at her and his face just starts like, I'm like,
How about when she just like her and the kid are outside digging up? He had killed the rabbit, and she like literally pulls.
Yeah.
And gives him a lucky rabbit's
then he looks
foot.
at her, and that face he has with his eyes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, yeah.
There's some imagery in this that's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the visuals are cool.
Kind of gets burned in your head a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, the visuals are cool. It's definitely.
I think if this movie, it's a downer. Like I was joking around when we first started this. That you could play Everybody Hurts like over and over again in this movie because everybody's life sucks ass in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. The husband tries to have sex with the wife. She's like, well, if you're not going to choke me, then we're not fucking. And he's like, but you had a kid. I feel weird choking the mother of my child.
Yeah, how awkward was that thing when like they're about to have sex and she's like, choke me. He's like, no, you're a mother, blah, blah. And then like she just chokes herself and makes him finger her.
Yeah.
Like that was just like.
Yeah. But then later on, she's also like, you know what I like to do in my spare time? Cut the shit out of myself. She's a cutter.
We only see that once.
Yeah.
It was her stomach. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But he sees the scars and he brings up like, and it just came out of left field. Like, and obviously there's a lot going on with this family and a lot with taking care of this child that has stressed everybody the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And this babysitter comes in. I can't remember her name right
now. Who was on the phone?
Let's call her Sid.
Was that the wife?
Call her Sid. Yeah.
Remember on the wife?
Yeah, that was on the phone. Yeah, he was on the phone with her.
She like straight blue balled his ass too. She's about ready to like phone fuck him and he's like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't tell if she was being a cunt or if that was just to keep him ready when she got home. But it was like a good stretch before she got home.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
Seems are whacking off into the sink.
Yeah. Can we just say the babysitter's name is Sid?
Sid, is that the name?
Yeah, just because of all the acid. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But let's just say Sid starts kind of, helping out the kid, and he starts to really get attached to her.
Mm-hmm.
To the point, something we forgot to bring up, he's nonverbal. There's no...
He starts to talk.
Yeah. And there's a point in the movie where he says his first words, and it's, Mommy. And this is the most awkward part of the fucking movie, because he ain't saying it to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying it to Sid, the babysitter. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, shit. And actual mom loses her fucking mind. I mean, when you hear it, and then she's like, oh my God, he's speaking for the first time. And then he turns and like, out of the way, bitch, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And she lost her shit. And I'm pretty sure, was this before or after the dad fucked the babysitter?
That was before.
Okay.
Because like that happened like, I guess it was Halloween or some holiday where like she almost hits because she's sucking dad off and they're driving home.
Yeah.
And they almost hit both of them. And then he takes her home, like after the mom has the freak out.
Yeah.
He takes the babysitter home, and then they fuck in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's that whole weird thing about when she realizes what the son's been drawing her. Because after he fucks her the second time in the yard, and the kid and the son sees it, he then draws him, like just railing her from behind.
Yeah.
Like because it was the red hair. That's what gave it away.
This is daddy helping out.
But then he starts drawing like the three of them, the dad, the babysitter, and him, and like the mom just loses her shit.
Yeah, she's kind of picking up on stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
A lot of the movie follows our main protagonist, Sid, the babysitter, like where
and her fucking her adopted dad.
I mean, she keeps when she goes home. Their dad's fucked up and I treated you well. I did this.
We had a deal.
We had a deal, and after a while, and then there's this one scene where she's like, okay, and she's like, oh no, I'm murdering the fuck out of you right now.
Yeah, like you clearly get what their deal was when she got on her knees and like started like she told him to do his belt.
Yeah.
And then she kills him, and then afterwards you see her diary, and you realize that all her adoptive parents have all like basically, and she wrote down what they said they liked about her, and then you realize that basically every adoptive, it's all been males. Hasn't been like a set. It's always been a father figure.
Do we even know if it's adoptive or if she's just like
making deals of, hey, take care of me and I'll fuck you in some way.
I don't know if there's
something.
an agency with this, because you get the idea. She's like, okay, you stepped over the line, fucking dead. You stepped over the line, fucking dead. Like, she has the scrapbook of killings.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's an agency that's not like, what's weird about that last foster period?
He died.
Can't seem to get in contact with him now.
And so maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a deal she makes like, hey, I will either fuck you or suck you, and you.
Well, because you get the idea she's college age, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, she isn't. She's taking a semester off.
I understand, but most college age aren't in the adoptive process anymore.
But I mean, she wasn't always in college.
I understand, but we don't know how old she is.
Well, there's another dead body in the pool when she dumps the one foster dad into the pool.
Exactly.
So,
well, that's the wife, because he says,
Oh, that's right. That's
you
the way.
helped me get rid of her. Now that, I got rid of her for you, so now you have to do what
You said you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
But you see, there's a trend there. You can tell
There's when she's working her way into a house, and she's potentially doing that in this house.
Yeah.
Like he would be the next,
So
she has a.
you can kind of see where she's almost working her way because before they fuck, she's already obsessing over the dad.
Yeah.
She's already so.
Well, she's obsessing with therapists about a family.
I mean,
too. Remember, she's like, I have kids. You think I could be a mother?
So
she's already obsessing with the
kids
family.
calling her
thing.
mom.
Yeah.
Dad fucks her. It's all kind of setting up that a la Hand the Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah.
You fucking take the mom out and I just replace her. It's a.
Yeah.
You can tell the acid, by the way, helps the judgment with this. Let's just say that.
Let's just
that
say.
while on LSD, you know what? If I just kill the mom, everybody goes, oh, she left, I guess. I guess you're the new mom.
I would say Hand the Rocks Cradle does it a bit better.
Yeah.
As far as story
but
cohesion.
I'm saying her mindset is that, and just that nobody would ever think twice about the mom not being around anymore. And so you really get to the point of like she's gonna kill the fucking mom. She's going to fucking do it.
You think.
But she's not gonna do it. It's gonna have to be an accident. And she's almost starts training the child because he does have violent outbursts every once in a while. And she's like kind of putting
the mom
head,
got her ass handed to her multiple times.
yeah,
in this
he's
movie.
bitter and shit like that.
Yeah.
But and literally there's a scene where he takes the fucking knife and stabs the mom's arm or hand, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's all.
Well, that was the knife that the babysitter gave him. Remember?
Exactly.
Gave him the buck knife. Yeah.
And that's the thing. She gave him a knife, and she keeps kind of pushing forward, like, the other mommy fucked up. I could be here all the time.
Actually, that
if other
stab
mommy wasn't there.
That happened all around the same time in the culmination of the film, right? He stabs her, then the babysitter shows up, and because this is at the same time she notices drawings, and then she slams, the babysitter's trying to get in, what was the husband's name? Whatever the fuck the husband. Let me see the husband, blah, blah.
Just call him Dick.
The kid's name is Johnny. Let me see Johnny. I got him to talk. And the mom's slamming her arm in the fucking door. And then she runs around back, and the husband's out there doing the carpentry project that'll never get finished. And then there you go.
Time to fuck.
Time to fuck. The mom sees those photos.
Let her not even try anymore.
No.
She's in the vicinity, but she's like, you know what? Fuck this.
The mom grabs said knife.
Yeah.
No, scissors.
Yeah, there's
and
scissors.
Runs out and stabs her in the back, and then there's the whole end fight scene where
I do feel like at this point there's something that's going to be a misdirection that we're about to talk about. If so far what we've talked about sounds interesting, try to check this out because the next part I appreciate that I had no knowledge.
I didn't see this coming.
I had no knowledge of this
coming.
And where this movie goes at the end totally caught me off guard. It completely centers on Sid the babysitter, she's tripping balls and fucking killing people.
Yeah.
And she's the main protagonist, and that's all it is. And we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say at this point, this is the kills me to say it, but
you've been doing it more than me, man.
I know,
doing it
but
more
you know
than
what?
me, bro.
Because this is one of those movies that I think if you are interested in what we've talked about so far, check it out.
Just stop.
Because
stop right now.
And yeah,
after this is on you.
Yep. So spoiler in. Come to find out, all right, so mom attacks Sid the babysitter, stabs her back. She gets out, runs around.
Johnny's on the deck.
She's like, Johnny, he's got the knife.
Mommy.
Save mommy from bad mommy. And you go, okay, she's programmed this fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to fucking go, yes, I'll go kill the bad OG mom because I've never said verbally mama.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. She stabs the fuck out of Sid over and over and over. And not like I sort of know how to use a knife, but I've done this.
I know how to stab the shit out of you.
80 plus times. He just kept
stabbing
he's
the fuck
like the
out of her, dude.
Energizer Bunny with that shit, just over and over and over again.
Yeah, dude.
Everywhere.
And
face.
the parents.
He stabbed in the fucking face, everywhere.
You saw literally the first time. That was towards the beginning because they show the babysitter while the knife's still in.
Yeah.
And right before he pulls it out, and it's just chilling in their cheek.
Yeah.
That cut all that shit between jaw. and all that. Now, mind you, the parents were not shocked at this.
And
they flashed to that, and you're like, wait a minute.
And that's where there's the turn in the movie.
Yeah, the parents weren't shocked at all.
The dad sees what happened, and the mom's sort of relieved, but both of them are like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I did it again.
Yeah.
I'll get the shovel.
Yeah.
And you go, wait, what?
Yeah.
And you realize their child,
murders the shit out of
He
people.
murders the fuck out of all the sitters.
And all those fruit
reason
trees, each fruit tree has a body underneath of it.
Yeah, the reason they keep having problems with finding babysitters is because the
keeps fucking killing 'em.
child keeps murdering the fuck out of them.
Like what they say at the end when they're like, after they get done burying the new one and they plant, like, oh, I'll plant apples.
Yeah, they're like,
what the fuck?
We gotta try something different.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, if he keeps this up, we're gonna have to buy the property
And now-
behind us. I'm like, what the fuck?
And
we're
here's
gonna
what's
buy
great.
a property behind our current property so we can keep burying the bodies that our son is killing. And now you realize that he's not allergic to shit, which they already alluded to in the film, saying he's not allergic to anything. They cannot let him around other people.
Yeah.
He is just a fucking psycho killer.
The way they set up is that
Psycho killer.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Oh.
When they're doing the interview process at the beginning of the movie, she brings up how he doesn't speak, but he's not on the spectrum. He just hasn't developed in that way yet. And he has all these allergies. Everything that would contain him at the house, that he's homeschooled, he stays at home, he doesn't interact with it. Like literally, they're like, don't take him to the park. And you're like, okay, like this kid's that fucked up. And you realize, no, he's not fucked up as in like he's allergic to everything. He's fucked up as in he'll probably murder the shit out of his
like
classmates.
if he went to school,
Yeah.
he would literally just walk down the aisle, like the aisle, and just stab
Like,
kids
I've
in
got
the
a
head.
pencil here that's just been freshly sharpened.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But
So, yeah.
you get
Now,
to that end credits
I will say
sequence
the end
with
credits scene where
credits.
you see all the bodies.
Yeah, because you see her get buried, and then the credits are coming down, but the camera's going side to the right.
scroll.
Yeah,
Side
side
scroll.
scroll. And
eventually you
it's
get to just bones.
body next to another
just get to
body,
bones.
next to another decaying body. And yeah, you're just following the trend, and these are all babysitters. And
Under
I almost
fruit
feel
trees.
like they almost profiled these sitters too, because a la Sid, who gets killed, like
No attachment.
no attachment.
No attachment.
Nobody's gonna even notice.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
the only person that would even notice, she killed that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoops.
So and like I said, you get to the end of the side scroll before it goes dark, and it's like just rib cage,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like, oh god damn, that motherfucker's like
But-
completely gone.
I'm gonna give props for that shit because
The misdirection.
we've
yeah.
seen a lot of movies. You go, okay, crazy babysitter, a la Hand Rocks the Cradle. I'm taking over this family,
Mhm.
and you just don't put the clues together about the child being fucked up in a
Well,
dangerous way.
In fairness,
In a dangerous way.
the way this is easier for them to misdirect you is because we're focusing on this chick who's literally taking LSD
yeah,
like every
yeah.
day.
Yeah,
She's just dosing LSD
Yeah.
every day.
apples
so it's
that
not.
are fucking. Oh, we completely forgot to mention, and I didn't even think about this. Her shrink also works with the family.
Oh yeah, she sees the boy.
Yeah. And she later on kills the shrink.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't even think about that. More than likely, she was recommended to that family from that shrink.
Oh, you think he was feeding that family?
I just thought about that. Yeah.
Because
Because again, like, what more way of
Yeah.
like she has no real relatives. Here you go.
Mhm.
Like, who knows? But I completely forgot that we do see the family talking to the shrink apart from Sid.
well, she's like watching off to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be it. Like the shrink was feeding
Yeah.
the babysitters to that family.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this girl's fucked, and
Yeah.
she has no one's gonna miss her. Go, if he kills her,
There you go. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up on Spoonful of Sugar. But before we give you our final verdict, check out what's going on in the GUI network.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
Two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tandy as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
F.U. Hunter,
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May the schlock be with you.
All right, and you can check out every one of those shows on GIPodcast.com, also everywhere else you get your podcasts. But I recommend going through GIPodcast.com because you can also, while you're there, go to our links tab where you can go and buy a bunch of sweet designs. Madness got designs.
Yeah.
GUI's got design. Every show's got designs. Everybody.
There's a plethora of designs. Yes.
A plethora.
Plethora.
And you can get on tons of shit, tote bags, tank tops, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
All that.
Tote bags. Yes.
All that stuff. So it'd be awesome to see everyone rocking some form of GUI merch. We greatly appreciate it. And they have sales every other fucking week. Seriously, sign up while you're there. Sign up for text alerts. I literally delete more texts from TeePublic than I actually go to TeePublic to buy shit.
Yeah, like they're like, this sale will end on the 20th. The next sale will start on the 23rd. Like, just you gotta wait the 3 days.
Yeah,
just wait 3 days. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So now I will never watch this movie again. It gave. I will say it passed for the one viewing.
Yeah,
but that's it. I will not own it.
This is in that weird category where I'm going to watch it again. It's a fucking downer. All right?
That doesn't bother me.
I'm going to say this.
The downer part doesn't bother me.
It passes, but just because I'm intrigued enough, I want to go back and watch the clues knowing how it ends one more time. I'm going to watch it one more time. That would be kind of more, but I think that might be it, just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can get... Because it's a rough watch, as in
there's a lot of dead
every
space,
character,
dude.
every character fucking is miserable, and
really
it's a downer.
There's a lot. It could have been. This movie could have ended up being like an hour-long episode of a TV show. Like
if the ending wasn't the way that if the ending hadn't gone the way it had, I would say it wouldn't. I wouldn't pass it all.
The only reason it passed for me is because that ending. We finally got some shit, and the LSD thing and all that came from that, and like. There are a lot of aspects and choices with the writing of like how fucked up the family is and what the fuck is the deal with this chick and all her diary of different people. She's whatever. Like there are things there that keep you intrigued, but there's also a lot of dead space where I don't give a fuck.
Pacing.
I don't give a fuck.
And because you're going through her viewpoint,
it's not like a slow burn. Like it does pay off, but it's a twist. It's not like it was building up to something.
But you do have those slow awkward moments with her foster dad at the beginning.
Oh, so
and
creepy.
You're just like, you can just say he's a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah, we don't have to see
and
that
we can
shit,
go
man.
to the next scene.
I don't need to see that shit,
We don't need
dude.
to invest another 5 minutes of being like, your hair looks better when it's pulled
when he's
back.
like crying in her lap. What the fuck was that? Like,
so you can cut all. We get the. Hey, you know what? We get the idea. That's a creepy ass motherfucker. He can say one or two things, and we already know what's going on. We don't have to stay with him. We can go somewhere else. All right.
So yeah, but honestly, I finished it, and like I said, I do remember when the ending hit. I was like, oh, okay. Like the last 15 minutes to 20 minutes, I was like actually like locked in. Honestly, the rest of the movie, I was catching it all while I was kind of like being distracted.
I think it's
know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
I would recommend it just as a lot of movies have become very kind of formulaic and stuff like that. At least this one says, "Oh yeah, we're following formula." Oh no, go fuck yourself. Misdirection.
Yeah. No,
I'll give you that.
I give the film that, but because I've gotten that. I don't feel like I need to watch it again.
But if you've had a bad day at work or some shit went down, don't watch it.
Don't watch this. Don't watch this.
Let's just say you were like, man, work kicked my ass. I should check out that Spoonful of Sugar. Nope.
No.
Maybe on the weekend, you're just kind of chilling, doing nothing.
It passes for what it does bring for a first viewing, but personally, I will never watch it again. I literally have zero desire to see it again. You will watch it again, and it passes.
I'm going to watch it again at least one more time because I'm intrigued to pick up on some of the stuff that I was following the main character so much that I want to see what other stuff I might have missed. So I'm going to watch it again for that.
But the thing is, they do a good job of moving focus away from the main character when it's needed.
Yeah. But they also throw it at you, and you're just not paying attention. And I want to go back to see that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what's going to happen in the end. I don't really.
Plus, you know what?
Yeah.
the parts I already know I've seen. Fast forward.
What if there's something in there?
Hey, okay.
What if there's something in there?
Well,
You know?
when she's back at the house with the dad, I can hit about a 5-minute fast forward, and I'm not going to lose anything of the reason I want to rewatch this, okay? Yeah, he's a creep. I don't need to see it again.
All right. Well, bottom line, folks, it passed for both of us. Slightly different reasons, slightly different outcomes coming.
I won't ever own it.
Oh, fuck
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. You know how we have that pass, like, won't it?
Yeah,
this doesn't need to take any room space in my collection.
Bottom line, though, it survived the chopping block. And until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com